Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got to discuss something involving the electrifying Shedeur Sanders. Listen, if you've been living under a rock, Shedeur Sanders is the best quarterback in college football. I don't even understand how it's even a conversation. To me personally, it's clear cut, no debating. I don't want to hear nothing. Ain't nobody overcoming the pressure that Shedeur Sanders is overcoming weekend after weekend, day after day. I'm telling you, this man is out here playing like his life is on the line. And mind you, he's Deion Sanders' son. Clearly this kid is cut from another cloth. He willed the Colorado Buffaloes to victory against Baylor. Listen, it looked very doom and gloom, and many sections of that game you seen like, listen, man, Colorado, they might as well pack it up, get ready for the next one. But they had number two. Listen, Shedeur Sanders had an epic, post-game celebration in the locker room. We all know it was perfect timing. Listen, man, he deserved this, man, period. And I don't like how, these reporters and stuff, they try to talk about other quarterbacks and this and that and, this and this. And you can't tell me that there's another quarterback more electrifying than Shedeur Sanders. I'm sorry. This song is becoming downright iconic. Point blank period, man. This was a huge comeback win over the Baylor Bears in overtime. The son of head coach Deion Sanders instantly became the talk of social media after launching a 43-yard bomb to LaJohntay Wester with 0 seconds left on the clock to tie the game and force overtime. Colorado's defense then came up big in the first overtime after the Buffs' offense took care of business, and Coach Prime's squad came away with a thrilling 38-31 win. Shedeur finished the game with 341 yards and 2 touchdowns while adding a score with his legs. That's something that a lot of people don't give him credit for. To cap off this epic night, Shedeur and his teammates returned to the locker room for a celebration that only Coach Prime and his team can pull off. Like I said, we're going to get into it because there was more people that pulled up, but we all know Shedeur hopped on to the stage. They got a stage in that locker room. We all know what's going on. It's prime time, baby. He went on there and sung his song Perfect Timing, which released over the summer. And I'm telling you, that was the Colorado locker room was lit. I'm sorry. I just have to call it. I just have to call it how I see it, man. There's no party like a Colorado party when they win it. They got celebrities on standby. There's nothing to get a nice celebration situation going on, man. That's why I'm telling you, when Colorado was winning, man, there's no other show better in sports. And when Colorado was losing, there's no better soap opera. I hate to say this, but a lot of people make fun of Colorado's falls, and Deion and this, that, and third. People are amused when Deion Sanders loses because, it's a story. We all, as many people who love him, they got people that hate him, and some of that stuff goes on against Shedeur Sanders as well. And this guy Shedeur, he's leading the NIL situation, but he deserves it. After this instant classic, you definitely deserve to turn up in the locker room, so we're going to find out. Up next for Coach Prime and the Buffs is a trip to Orlando to take on the UCF Knights, so that's gonna be pretty intriguing to say the least, man. That's going to be a big time game for Coach Prime, Deion Sanders in Colorado. And I believe Shedeur Sanders and company are going to seize that opportunity. You can't mess around with Colorado right now. I just think that was a big time win. In my humble opinion, I think that's a situation that'll propel a team to a new height, and I think that's what Colorado was trying to get to. Under Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, and Shedeur. When are we gonna get into the situation, what's going on with Travis? Make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to Flight Sports TV if you want more news, updates, and more on this situation, because we're gonna be breaking things down involving Mr. Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is he's just an assassin. We just got to call it how we see it. I don't understand. What are we even doing this Heisman stuff for? The only person that's a threat to the Heisman is Shedeur Sanders. I mean, seriously. The only reason why you don't just hand it to Shedeur Sanders at this point, listen, that this two-way play coming from Travis, you can't deny this. I'm sorry, you cannot deny the two-way potential that he brings to the table. So all of these things is just gonna bode well for him. I just all I can tell you is gonna bode very well for Colorado. And they're going to do something special this season. Something just feels different about this team. They seem to have everything intact. And dare I say, yeah, he took a little bit of hits, towards the tail end of that game. But I believe that Colorado is defending, Shedeur a lot better than they did in previous outings. You don't see Shedeur taking, hit after hit after hit. He seemed like he got a little bit more time in that pocket now. You understand? So I'm just saying, I see him with a little bit more time in the pocket. And that's what's resorting to some of these plays. When you seeing these bombs, these epic shots, that Shedeur Sanders could do. He can make every throw. He could do all of the work with his legs. This man is the complete quarterback. Anything you need out of Shedeur Sanders, he can give it to you. So now they just got to make sure they protect them. They got to continue this. They can't get on the high horse here at Colorado. They got to stay humble, and they got to remember when things was, at its low point, despite some success. This was a big win. They easily could have laid down. Baylor looked like they was about to take over a couple of times, and some in the early parts, and then definitely at the tail end, where I thought, oh, man, I don't understand how Colorado going to come back from this. And it was just a miracle. You give Shedeur Sanders one play with the game on the line. He made it. He launched it. We're going to get into what he thought at the press conference as well. Right now we're just breaking down, the immediate aftermath in the locker room for Shedeur Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes. It was a complete movie. And I'm expecting more movies, you understand, from Colorado. This is just the beginning, y'all. They're going to go out with a bang. Everybody's going to the NFL. You understand? Nobody's coming back next season. Nobody of the notable names. So why not go out with a bang? Shedeur Sanders, he's doing it. I want to applaud him, y'all. I'm sorry. Let's get in the comment section. Let's talk about this. Because clearly it was perfect timing. Shedeur Sanders is the truth and a half. He is the best quarterback in college football, and there's no reason why he shouldn't be drafted number one overall. If there's anybody that goes before Shedeur Sanders, it got to be Travis Hunter. I don't want to hear about no other quarterbacks. And you heard it here first at Flight Sports TV. Make sure you hit the like button if you're new. Most definitely hit the subscribe button. Peace and love. We're going to be bringing a lot more Colorado content to the people. Peace.